Hi campers, what's up? It's Yana. Welcome to day 23 of Camp NaNoWriMo July 2020. And oh my god, you guys, this is why I don't do mornings. Because if I happen to have a really great morning, then the rest of the day turns to shit. So let's go back to the beginning. I am actually re-recording this video because I already recorded a video this morning when there was great lighting and I was happy and everything was wonderful and I was happy with the video. I got all of my work for the day done early and I was looking forward to just relaxing the rest of the day, having a nice afternoon off. And then shit happened, including me accidentally deleting that video and then spending hours trying to recover it and not recovering it, hence why we're here right now. But anyway, you know, lemons into lemonade. Maybe that video was terrible. Maybe it was the worst thing I've ever shot in my life. So, let me take you back to this morning just before noon, when I was happy and not frustrated and not angry that I wasted most of my free afternoon. Okay. So, this morning I was actually incredibly productive. I just couldn't believe how much I managed to do. Not only did I work on my project for Camp NaNoWriMo, but I also finished my articles for my job, and the most shocking thing, which I never expected of myself, I worked on some scientific writing, so on some academic papers. I still have my some of my results from my PhD, which they're in my thesis, but they're not properly written up as papers. And at this point, it's probably too late to even try to publish it, but I don't like leaving things unfinished. So I still want to have the papers all done and, you know, polished to some degree, in case my lovely, wonderful, brilliant supervisor remembers me and sends me an email with, hey, what the heck happened with those papers? So that's kind of been weighing on my mind a lot. And they are not done. Like, that's what happened to them. They're not done. But I've been avoiding them like the plague because I think I'm still traumatized from my PhD. Because PhDs are traumatizing, you guys. It's just, oh gosh. Yeah, academic writing, I don't hate it. But if you've ever written a thesis, especially like a master's or let alone a PhD thesis, and you've had to do all the little tiny details, put in all the superscripts and subscripts and little statistics, and check all the facts and do all the graphs and all the labels on the graphs and make sure that all the data is properly analyzed and all the statistical stuff, and I've already managed statistics. See, I'm getting anxious even talking about it. And then there's the references, and references are like the bane of my existence. Oh goodness. I don't know how it is in like other areas, but in biology, especially in like research wet lab biology, you need so many references. You need a reference for like every single thing you say. So that's why I have kind of stayed away, and every time I thought about those results and those papers, I was always like, oh, I'm getting this feeling in my stomach, I don't want to do it. But this morning, who knows why, for some weird reason, I woke up, and as soon as I woke up, I was like, you know what? I want to work on my paper. And so I did, and I got a lot done, and it actually wasn't difficult. My brain was focusing well. It was amazing. And then I did other stuff and it was just fantastic. I got so much done. And then I recorded my little video that got deleted. So, but because even in the morning, I didn't bother vlogging my actual writing because I was concentrating so hard on all three things, on the work papers and on my camp project and on the scientific writing. I didn't vlog anything, so instead today we're gonna do something else again, because I already did it in the morning. You get to see the amazing unboxing or re-unboxing, because I put it back in the box so that I could take it out again because I'm weird, of my cat's automatic pet feeder. So if you've watched my Camp NaNoWriMo midnight kickoff video, you got a little glimpse of Abigail, my cat, and you saw that she is significantly overweight. And I swear I don't overfeed her. I've had other cats, I still have some cats back with my parents, none of them are fat. It's just that she's extremely lazy, she doesn't go outside, she is terrified of the great outdoors, she just does not want to move her butt. And I think she probably has like a genetic issue as well, because she's always been heavy ever since I've had her. So I try to manage her weight and keep her on a diet and get her to move when I can, which is very difficult. But because I'm leaving on holiday, you guys know that I'm leaving on the 30th of this month to go back and see my parents, I didn't want to make my flatmate like measure portions of food and all that sort of stuff, not to mention that she's a little terror and wakes me up at 4 o'clock in the morning to beg me for food, at which point I say, no, you are not eating until 6:30, that's your breakfast time. And then she keeps pestering me for hours and hours, which probably explains why I'm always so underslept. It's the little demon. So I decided to get her an electronic pet feeder so that all that my flatmate has to do is just put the food in and, you know, I can, program it beforehand, and it will just give her her portions at the right time and all will be good. In theory, if this thing works. I have no idea if it's gonna work, but it is exceptionally cute. So I'm excited for you to see it. It's adorable. And this is vaguely, very vaguely related to the writing topic I'm gonna talk about today as well. I mean, if you've watched my videos, you know that I often include stuff in them that's like not really about writing, but we can maybe make it about writing. So, ta-da! This is the reboxed monster. So this is where the food goes. This part's not so interesting, but what is interesting is this. How amazing is this, you guys? This is absolutely adorable. And the funniest thing is, when I was looking at the reviews on Amazon for the pet feeder, this is apparently a very good one, and it's got mostly 5-star and 4-star reviews. But the 4-star reviews, what people were complaining about, basically their only issue was that the cat looked evil. Like, that's what they took a star off for, because the cat looked evil. I think the cat looks amazing. I love the fact that it's an evil cat. And because the feeder is called, sorry, I'm just putting it together, because it's called Wopet, so W-O-Pet, people on Amazon have been calling it Mr Wopet, which I think is both very cute and very appropriate. This definitely looks like Mr Wopet. So that's what I'm gonna call it as well. And we're gonna hope that it works. I'm gonna probably test it tomorrow. But here he is. He's great. In relation to this thing, because this is after all a writing channel, today I wanted to talk about writing inanimate objects in our story that become so important that readers and the characters get attached to them, or they almost develop their own personality. And I am not talking about things like robots that are already intended to have their own personality. So I'm not talking about C-3PO or R2-D2 in Star Wars, or any other sort of robot, because those are already intended as characters. What I'm talking about is things that are genuinely inanimate, but we still develop feelings for them. So that would include, for example, Harry's Firebolt, because he's so attached to it that we become attached to it as well after book 3. Or more so, the Impala from Supernatural, the TV series. I don't know if any of you have watched that show, but the Impala is so important, and it doesn't have, you know, a brain or a soul or a personality really, but because Sam and Dean spend so much time in it, and it's always present, it's always there, and they love it so much, and they almost see it as their home, since they don't really have a home, they're always on the road. We also become so attached to that car that when anything happens to it, there's a genuine emotional reaction. And another example would be the TARDIS in Doctor Who, because who can imagine Doctor Who without the TARDIS? Just very important objects that we become attached to. And I often have such things in my stories, but it occurred to me that in this book, at least so far, there aren't actually that many. The only thing I can really think of is this magical item that's really amazing that I've given my characters. So basically what it is, this is difficult to explain. It's actually difficult to explain in the novel as well. I've been trying to kind of fix the description of it so that readers understand what I mean. But it's basically like this giant sheet of paper, except it's not paper, it's a magical material. But it's like thick paper in the sense that you can fold it in different shapes, almost like giant origami. And then once you fold it, it can stay that way. And it is very strong. It's very difficult to break or tear. So you can make anything out of it. You can make a table, you can make shelter, you can make a boat. So it is incredibly useful and very important for the survival of my characters in the situation that they're in. And this object is always present, it's always there. So I wonder if by the end of the story, I mean, it's a little bit early to tell, but I wonder if by the end of the story I'm gonna feel really attached to it, and it is going to feel a little bit like it has personality, because I think that could be really, really fun. So I guess my questions for you for today, guys, is do you have any such things either in your novels or even in real life, because we get attached to our own stuff so much, like our mugs. I have my Supernatural Mrs. Dean Winchester mug here, which was given to me as a present a while ago, and I really love using it. I'm very attached to it. We get attached to like bags or clothes or things. So do you have anything like that, which is an object, but for you it has almost developed a soul? I think this little guy might do that. I quite like him. Or for your characters, do you use that to kind of help develop your characters through the things that they love? Because the objects that we enjoy can say something about our personalities as well. And do you have anything that you've invented, some sort of gadget, or even just a normal object that you have described in an original way that you are very attached to, and you love the fact that you've created that thing? Just tell me about stuff today, all the stuff, all the things. Okay, I can't believe I re-recorded this. But I don't think I said anything else important in the previous video. I think that was about it for today. So Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye!